Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I am here with some outdated supplies trying to get it current for 2023. So I've got my scissors, I've got some tape, and I've got some outdated perpetual calendar or I guess yearly overview pages that I've already kind of like started sorting through. I wanted to go ahead and try to put together a set of like yearly overview pages. And so again, I've already kind of like started the process, but I wanted to go ahead and hop on and record a video just kind of talking to you about like the idea that I'm planning to use this for. I am basically going to be putting together like a work log or like an hours log for tracking the hours that my mom will be watching the baby. And so instead of using what I've got, which would be the simplest way of doing this, and just using it as is, I decided to go ahead and try to like make it current. Now this is going to get, it's fairly, I guess, I mean, it's not complicated. It's just a matter of like, do you have the supplies necessary for this? It does require that you have like, at least the way I do it, multiple different like versions of this yearly overview, which are these pages right here. But I went ahead and pulled out, you can see here, a set of teacher pages that I'm going to use for a specific purpose. And then I pulled out like several versions of like this style of pages, and I've already started marking through what I needed to be able to kind of like convert this to from outdated to current. So let me show you just really quickly what we've got here. All right, so again, there are two pages here, right? So you'll see that come up in just a second, but this first set looks like this, right? So this is from the academic year 2021 to 2022, and it has this layout. It has the academic calendar right here, and then the school schedule, and then a reference notes for the substitute helpful tips, right? And then of course it has the calendar. So what I think I'm going to do is really my mom, just kind of talking it out loud to you, will only be watching my daughter for like the first half of the year, and then she'll probably start daycare with the beginning of the academic year for 2023. So in August of 2023, basically, you know, after this July, the August of after that, she would go into daycare. At least that's the plan right now. Of course, I can always just add to this if I need to. But those are the pages that we've got here. Now, with the way this is, one of the big things here that I really liked, and I noticed this when I was just kind of going through my stash, January right here, one of the things that I actually don't really like with the Happy Planner is that the monthly spreads and these pages right here are dated for Sunday start, and then the weekly pages are Monday start. I actually use Monday start for monthly calendars and everything else. So this to me makes sense. It is for 2022, like 2021 and 2022, but January did start on a Sunday, and this would make this a Monday start. And so for me, that works out really well. And I just like that better. I also brought this one. This is the exact same planner or like layout, and I'm going to cut this out and just kind of glue it here, and just, you know, just have it so that way I had two calendars. One of the things that I might do starting maybe even in January, but I'm not quite sure, is I might be splitting like babysitting duties with a family member, and so she will watch my child with like the, I guess, intention of like swapping, and I would watch her child every once in a while. And so this is just for me to kind of track some of those numbers and hours and things like that, really just for no purpose except to like have a log for myself, just because I like to track those types of things. And so I brought this out so I could have like basically a like mirrored image of it, and so I'm going to do that. And then obviously, because this is 21-22, these dates are incorrect. Now we are starting in January, so it's right here, and so January here started on a Saturday, and again, we'll start in January and basically run through, I think, July. So those 7 months, how many months is that? 7 months. And if I need to, I'll add to it. But I did bring out these pages. Now these pages are from a different set. So this was one set, and this is the hello page from a second planner, and this I think was like maybe 2 or 3 different planners. They all have the same style. You can see here minus like, I mean, the labels here are different, but the boxes themselves are the same. And what I went ahead and did already, so that way you didn't have to see me kind of like laboriously going through this, is that I went through and looked at January, starting in January, and January is a Sunday start. And so I found one of these months that had a Sunday start, and I don't even know which one it is. I'd have to like resort it, but basically I check marked it to make sure that there was a Sunday start. With it being January, I did try to find a Sunday start that had 31 days, and I'm assuming I found one. So August right here is the Sunday start, and it has 31 days. And so what I plan to do is just cut out this box and just glue it right here on top. All right, and then February is going to be, I think, let me just double check. It's going to be a Wednesday start, and so it needs to have 21 days. And so I think I did this September, so it's a Wednesday start and it goes 30 days, and I'll just white out the 29 and the 30 right there. And so then obviously March also needs a Wednesday start, and it needs 31 days, and so this December has 31 days. Now, as I'm kind of updating this, one of the things that you will notice is that some days don't get checked, and then also you can't use the back, right? And so I'm just going to be cutting it out, and it's going to be one-sided. I'm just going to tape it right down on here, so you do lose one side of it, but at least I get use out of these pages, right? And so I'm going to cut out one. Let me go ahead and go back to January. Actually, let me start here. Let's start from the very beginning, right? I'm going to flip back here. And for the time being, I'm not going to worry about like covering up some of the like this stuff, but I definitely want this calendar. And this, what I'm thinking I'm going to use this for is just to put like a little dot on the days where Rose, my newborn, is going to my family member, to my mom. And then this other side will be where I mark where I'm keeping my family member's child, right? So I'm just going to cover it up like this. And again, it says academic calendar, all of that type of stuff. For right now, I'm just going to keep it very functional. I'm going to just put the pieces together, and as we go along, I do plan to kind of like update it. And you know, obviously the first half of the calendar I don't need, those types of things, and so it'll I guess maybe be prettier as I move along and just kind of see if I'm using it or not. But for the time being, I just need something functional, right? So I'm just gonna lay it right on top. Ta-da! Right, and I do have spaces for notes and things like that. That's really cool. I love that. Right, so now August, September, October, November, and December are going to be totally skipped. And again, I'll probably just like put scrapbook paper or like cover it up with a photo or something like that. I'm just going to start right here with January, right? And I'll do the first month and then speed through the rest. But basically, again, like for January 2023, it is a Sunday start. And I try to find a Sunday start with 31 days. I'm just going to cut out this box. And again, you only get one side of it, so if you don't have a ton of like perpetual calendars, this is definitely not the way of doing it. But I'm just going to tape it down. Try to get as straight as possible, because it might annoy me otherwise, right? And then that's it. So now I'm just going to do these 6 months, and this part I'll speed forward and just get through it fairly quickly. Okay, I am all done. How exciting. So I basically probably not even gonna use this. But then I've got basically the two calendars here facing each other, mirrored with each other. And then I'm not going to use it here. I'm just starting with January and running through July. And of course, I still have all of these pages that I've already checked marked for the rest of 2023. And yeah, so I'm excited. So I'm just going to leave it for through July though, because I think that's really when we're going to like put her in daycare. But as I was thinking, as I was putting this together, like if you don't want to like put it on top of a perpetual calendar, one of the easiest things to do is just put it on filler paper. Like just cut out the boxes and put them in the columns, and just all you would have to do is just put a date or like a month at the top. So you can certainly like try to use up as much as you can in terms of outdated pages. So this is quick and easy. I just like the look of it. I like having it on these pages, and I like that now that the Happy Planner has moved to a more neutral style here, I was able to find multiple pages that I wasn't using at some point, but now I can use. So that is super exciting to me. I might just go back and redo this section too. So yay, I'm so excited. I'm already, not really ready, but like at least in my planner, I'm ready to send my baby off to have my mom watch her. So we are all set for January. So even though I am using it for babysitting, you can certainly do this to just make these things, these calendars current for yourself. So again, like if you don't want to put it right on top of here, just use filler paper, and then you can just try to like match up the dates and make it current. So a quick and easy kind of like hack for these pages that you may not have used at some point, you can certainly convert it to use it at this point. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.